Knives Out is a mystery story that plays with the conventions of the genre, but there is one major flaw in the mystery writing and one minor one. At the start of the movie, a murder initiated the mystery. The detective interviewed all the suspects, but when he got to the main character, the story made a bold decision. It showed the audience exactly what happened, and that Marta, the protagonist, was technically the perpetrator. She accidentally gave Harlan lethal doses, so he killed himself so that she wouldn't be found guilty. Then she did some gimmicks to hide her involvement, so they gave us the answer to the mystery already. Starting with this reveal, the story changed from a mystery story to a caper story. It focused on the criminal lead hiding the clues of her involvement from the detective. She did things like erasing the tape, ruining footprints, and hiding stuff. Eventually, she teamed up with Ransom and continued fleeing. It stayed like this for a good amount of the movie until Act 3, where the story went back to a mystery because there was foul play involved that led to Marta's accident. The reveal is that Ransom tampered with Marta's medicine to make her accidentally kill Harlan. The major problem is the middle section of the movie. This is a mystery movie, but the story gave us the answer to the mystery in Act 2, eliminating the main mystery that was just established in Act 1. This could have easily been fixed by moving the explanation flashback to the end of Act 2 when Ransom snitched. I believe Act 2 would have been much more interesting if we were questioning what Marta's deal was. She seemed like a good person, so why was she getting in Benoit's way? Did she actually kill Harlan? Why? It would have kept the audience in suspense and on their toes. And then when the flashback explained everything, all the dots would connect, just like a great detective explaining who the murderer was by connecting all the clues. It would have been extremely cathartic. Without this added, Act 2 of the movie is extremely weak. The minor problem is how it failed to misdirect the audience on who the culprit was. In murder mysteries, especially locked room mysteries with a super detective, the main person the audience suspects is the character that gets the most screen time. This is usually a red herring, a misdirection by the writer to distract us from the true culprit. In Knives Out, the flashback that explained everything heavily implied that someone tampered with Marta's kit to kill Harlan. So outside of Marta, there was still a suspect at large, presumably one of the Thrombies. There was only one Thrombie that got a ton of screen time, and that was Ransom, so the audience would naturally suspect him as the culprit. Then the story revealed that he was the culprit. So you're telling me that the antagonistic, manipulative guy who had a shouting match with Harlan before his death was the one that killed him? You don't say. For a story that played with the tropes of the genre, I would have at least expected them to do a red herring right. Removing the mystery from Act 2 and making the culprit the suspect who had the most screen time were the two main mystery flaws that Knives Out had.